one must be prepared for an extraordinary journey into the hidden knowledge and revelations contained within the ancient text known as the Book of Enoch. This manuscript is more than 2,000 years old and has sparked intense debate, controversy, and curiosity throughout history. It unveils vivid accounts of fallen angels who descended to earth, fearsome giants who roamed and terrorized humanity, strange cosmic phenomena, and prophetic messages powerful enough to reshape our understanding of both history and spirituality. Remarkably, despite detailing events that occurred long before the birth of Jesus, this ancient manuscript was excluded from the Bible we know today. Many religious scholars claim the Book of Enoch lacks divine inspiration, arguing that its teachings conflict with established scriptures. Yet, this mysterious text resurfaced centuries later in Abyssinia, Ethiopia, in 1773, becoming a revered part of the sacred scriptures of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. What exactly does the Book of Enoch contain that has so powerfully captivated and unsettled generations of readers? And why has it remained such a deeply controversial work, shrouded in mystery? The Book of Enoch, also referred to as the Ethiopian Book of Enoch, is an ancient pseudepigraphical text traditionally attributed to the biblical patriarch Enoch. The manuscript mysteriously vanished from historical records around the end of the 4th century, leaving behind only scattered references and fragments. Interestingly, it was rediscovered by Bedouin shepherds between 1946 and 1947 near the Dead Sea, hidden within clay jars in caves close to the ancient settlement of Qumran. Enoch, the figure traditionally credited with authoring this text, holds a remarkable place in biblical history. He was a patriarch who lived several generations before Noah and the Great Flood. According to biblical genealogy, Enoch was the great-great-great-grandson of Adam, the first man, the father of Jared, and the grandfather of Methuselah, the oldest person ever recorded in the Bible. Enoch is described vividly in Genesis chapter 5, verses 21 to 24, as a man who walked with God, meaning he lived an exceptionally righteous and faithful life. Uniquely, Enoch did not experience death. Instead, the scriptures say, God took him, directly translating him into heaven. Alongside the prophet Elijah, Enoch stands out as one of only 2 biblical figures who entered heaven without tasting death, signifying his extraordinary spiritual standing. However, the Book of Enoch is not merely the account of an extraordinary individual. It contains revelations about celestial events and beings that have profoundly fascinated readers for centuries. One of the most captivating aspects of the book is its account of fallen angels, known as the Watchers. These celestial beings, driven by forbidden desires, descended from heaven to earth and entered into intimate relationships with human women. Their unnatural unions produced offspring known as the Nephilim, violent giants whose existence brought chaos and destruction to humanity. The Book of Enoch details how these fallen angels corrupted humanity by sharing forbidden knowledge. They taught humans secret practices including astrology, warfare, weapon crafting, and occult rituals, information that humanity was never meant to possess. According to the text, it was this corruption and wickedness that ultimately compelled God to send the devastating Great Flood described in Genesis, cleansing the earth of widespread evil. The Book of Enoch is meticulously divided into 5 distinct sections, each offering unique insights: the Book of Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Dream Visions, and the Epistles of Enoch. Together, these sections total 100 chapters filled with detailed descriptions of celestial laws, angelic rebellions, divine judgment, and prophetic visions. Particularly intriguing is the section known as the Epistles of Enoch. Here, Enoch addresses his son Methuselah directly, passionately urging him to live a life of righteousness and integrity. Enoch shares detailed prophecies about the impending global flood and provides revelations about creation, cosmic order, and divine judgment that he claims were directly communicated to him by God. These personal writings present Enoch not only as a patriarch, but as a prophetic messenger tasked with conveying divine truths to humanity. So why was a manuscript containing such profound and potentially vital information deliberately excluded from mainstream religious texts? Early church leaders, including prominent figures such as Clement of Alexandria, Tertullian, and Irenaeus, expressed reservations about the Book of Enoch. They argued that its contents conflicted with canonical scriptures and could not be conclusively verified as divinely inspired. Additionally, Jewish scholars rejected the book because it contradicted teachings found in the Torah, the foundational texts of Judaism. Despite this rejection and suppression by major religious institutions, the Book of Enoch survived, cherished, and preserved by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Its continued existence has kept its controversial teachings alive, fueling ongoing debates about its authenticity, significance, and spiritual value. Throughout history, the Book of Enoch has maintained its allure precisely because of the mysteries it contains. The vivid depiction of celestial beings engaging intimately with humans, their monstrous offspring, and the divine consequences that followed has captivated imaginations for millennia. It has inspired countless discussions, interpretations, and scholarly examinations. Yet it remains uncertain whether the Book of Enoch is a repository of genuine divine revelation or merely an intriguing compilation of ancient myths and imaginative storytelling. Some scholars suggest that its stories reflect elements borrowed from earlier Babylonian myths and other regional folklore. Others argue passionately for its spiritual and historical authenticity, believing it contains critical truths deliberately hidden from mainstream religious teachings. Today, as we continue to face a rapidly changing and uncertain world, the Book of Enoch invites reflection on the nature of truth, faith, and human destiny. Its controversial teachings challenge our established beliefs about angels, humanity's origins, and our ultimate fate. Whether viewed as historical fact, spiritual allegory, or imaginative literature, the Book of Enoch undeniably continues to intrigue, provoke thought, and inspire exploration. What do these ancient pages ultimately tell us about our past and our future? Are we ready to confront the profound implications of its prophecies and revelations? Or is it safer to dismiss them as mere myth and legend? We invite you to explore these fascinating mysteries further with us. What are your thoughts on the extraordinary stories found in the Book of Enoch? Share your views in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to join us in uncovering history's most compelling secret.